Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Sony A7RIII. Now this is a camera that I just got my hands on, and honestly, since I've been shooting with it, I've been enjoying every single second. I absolutely love the versatility, the ability to shoot 4K, and just how good the low light settings are for your photos. I'm just overall very impressed so far. So this camera came out in 2017, which is almost 7 years ago, which is crazy. But just because it came out 7 years ago, it is still valid today. Because let me tell you, this is honestly one of the best cameras I've used for Sony in a very long time. It has a 42 megapixel sensor, which is just insane. For reference, the Sony A7 and then a number series, those cameras pretty much only have 24 to 26 megapixel sensors. So this is pretty much geared toward a photography camera. It also processes images way faster, and the amount of noise that you get in your photos are way less than anything I've seen from shooting on a camera like the A7 IV. It has 5-axis image stabilization, which is fantastic. And when I'm shooting photos and videos, I rarely recognize any shake unless it's super windy or something like that. And though even since the R series is more geared toward photographers, this is a fantastic video camera. It can shoot 4K at up to 30 frames per second, and the speed of the autofocus in this camera will always keep your videos sharp. You're also able to change picture profiles, which means this camera offers S-Log3, which is the best picture profile for color grading in my opinion. It's also a touchscreen, which is something that Sony didn't really offer until 2017. So having that option is honestly super nice, especially coming from me, who came from Canon cameras, and pretty much all Canon cameras are touchscreen. So it's super nice having that ability. I do have a few gripes with this camera, and the biggest one being the viewfinder. As you can see, this is all it can come out to. Now, if you compare it to newer cameras like the Sony A7 IV, where the screen can actually flip out as more of like a vlog style, or where it's more versatile, where you can kind of angle shots in different ways and really see the viewfinder no matter what. Because for example, if I'm shooting a portrait photo, I can only do this, where on the A7 IV, the monitor will actually like flip up like that. So I'm able to just see it a lot better and a lot easier, and it makes capturing portrait photos a lot more simplified. But that's only when I'm capturing low photos that are lower than my eye view. So if I'm capturing photos up here at portrait level, it's totally fine. And more specifically, this is really only a problem when I am using a tripod. The other thing I've really noticed about this camera is that it's honestly kind of an early adoption of some of the newer features that some of this camera's predecessors have. So for example, the Sony A7 IV or the A7S III, it has a lot of similar features to those cameras. For example, the double memory card slots, the new and improved battery that Sony offers. Now, right now, this camera is $1,650 or something on Amazon and across some other photo platforms, which to me feels super cheap. For example, you can get the Sony A7 III for quite a bit more than that, a couple $100s or so. And honestly, I would probably pick this camera over the Sony A7 III. Now, even though the Sony A7 III is a newer model where it came out in 2018, I truly believe that the Sony A7RIII is a better camera. It has a higher megapixel count, which doesn't always matter, but when you're comparing 24 megapixels versus 42, it does make kind of a big difference in your images. And I was able to test this camera out at night, so I'm gonna take you there real quick and give you my thoughts. Right now, I'm basically just gonna be testing out some of the photo capabilities and some of the long exposure capabilities and really pushing the noise of this camera to the test and seeing how it does.
The type of shots that I was going for here were pretty typical long exposure and just nighttime photography. Because of the light pollution in the area that I was shooting at, I wasn't really interested in trying to capture the Milky Way. I more so was just trying to get some cool shots of the moon with the 24-105 lens that I was using. And once I captured some frames that I was pretty happy with, I started doing a little bit of light painting and just kind of having some fun with that. This is something that I've never really done before, but I figured the A7RIII is the perfect camera to try it with.
So those long exposure photos, I just kind of was messing around and doing some light painting, but it was super fun, and the images look great, and there's hardly any noise to them, which is crazy considering what ISO I was shooting at. So to answer the question of the title of this video, the Sony A7R III is a fantastic camera to get in 2024. It offers a wide range of really good images and really good videos, and I think anybody at any level would be happy with the quality that it offers. Anyways guys, that's gonna be it from me. If you have any more questions about the A7R III or any other Sony cameras that you kind of maybe want me to make a video about, please leave those down in the comments below. I love suggestions and I try to answer as many comments as I possibly can on these videos when you guys do have questions. I'm gonna go enjoy this super snowy day. As you can see, the Garden of the Gods is just absolutely beautiful over here. So I'm gonna go enjoy that. Probably get some more photos with the A7R III so I can add them to this video. And yeah, anyways, I will see you in the next video. Peace.